Hey guys, there you are. Here we are in After Effects tutorial once again. Thank you for being here, friends, and thank you for subscribing, and also thank you for liking my videos earlier. If you didn't subscribe, please subscribe for more videos. I am going to upload more videos in the coming days. Today we are going to learn how to create a parallax After Effects tutorial. It's very easy but time taking. Please pay the entire attention in watching the entire video. Thank you for being here once again, friends. Let's start the tutorial. And before we go further, I have to say that here we are in After Effects already imported some of the pictures that we are going to use to create a parallax slideshow. So I have imported some of the images, and I also imported one of the assets. This is the glass texture image. So friends, we are going to use them in this tutorial. Let us just first create a new comp and name it as main comp, and width is 1920, height is 1080, frame rate is 30 frames, duration is 20 seconds, and click OK. Let's select our first image and drag and drop the first image onto the main comp, and then we go to the layer and pre-compose, move all attributes to the new composition and rename it to image 01. Let us resize this image. Here we go. Right click, new camera. The camera type should be 2-noded. The settings are OK. Click OK. And again right click, go to new and null object and rename the null object to camera control, and then parent the camera 1 to camera control. And if you don't see the 3D here, go to toggle switches and change the camera control to 3D, and also select the image and make it 3D too, and then press P to position the image. Make this value to 10,000 and drag the image to fit into this frame just like this. Now select the camera control layer and keep the playhead at the beginning of the timeline and position to zoom in and create a keyframe, and go to position and click on the stopwatch and let us position our camera to create a zoom in effect. And let's go to 10 seconds again and let us reset just like, and let's create a zoom in, zoom out effect like this. We have created some kind of animation here, but I guess we should zoom out a little bit. Here we go. So friends, let us ease the keyframes by pressing F9 here, and then drag in the glass texture image on top of our camera control. Here we go, friends. We have created little animation here, and again we need to take glass texture image on top of our camera control like this, and then select the glass texture image and then enlarge the image like this, and go to blend mode and change it to screen. And I think we need to enlarge it more in order that the image should be highlighted. Glass texture is perfectly fit into the frame. I think I resized the image again. I think we need to zoom in more. We see now. That's it, friend. We have already created the slight animation 3D parallax effect. Here we need to change the opacity of our texture, lower the opacity a little bit, like 70 or so. Image should be highlighted. Friends, let's duplicate the glass texture image by pressing Ctrl D and then select the glass texture image, and let us resize this to see the glass texture image properly and turn it to vertical. Let us see how it looks like. It looks okay, but I think I need to reduce the opacity a little bit. I think I can type in as 50. It looks perfect now. Now go to Effect and Blur Sharpen, and then Camera Lens Blur. Increase the blur radius to about 25 or 15. What we can do is, let us change the duration from 20 seconds to just in 10 seconds. Let us go to main comp and go to image, and then go to composition settings and change the duration to only 10 seconds. Rest of the settings are same. Now let's play and see what's the difference. You can see the timeline here from 0 to 10 seconds now. You can also see the keyframes if you'd like to. You you see a keyframe here and you see a keyframe here at the beginning. All the animation lies in between these 0 to 10 seconds itself. Our entire timeline is from 0 to 10 seconds. Now create a new composition and rename it to plus sign. Change the width to 200, height to 200 again, and frame rate is 30, duration is 10 seconds, rest of everything is same. Click OK, and then let's zoom it a little bit and type in and select the text tool here, type in plus sign. You can change the fonts and the sizes also, and go to pan behind tool here, select it, take this icon and keep it at the center, align it at the center, go to align and press these two icons, and then go to main comp here, take the plus sign to main composition and then drag and drop into the main comp. Here we are, you can see the plus sign here and make it a 3D. We see the plus sign here and duplicate the plus sign by pressing Ctrl D and keep one here, 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 keep one here. Select these plus signs and take them to the Z space in order to look a 3D effect. Select the plus sign and keep the cursor here like this, and I think you can zoom it into the Z space like this. And again select the other one, zoom into the Z space. Select the other one, zoom it to Z space. Select the other one, zoom it to the Z space in the frame. Let's resize it. Let's resize the plus sign. Here we go, friends. We have created all the plus signs and the animation. So I would like to select the plus signs and then make it even more bigger like this. Some of them bigger like this. Select the other one and make the size of the plus sign bigger. Maybe I have to reduce a little bit. Here we go, friends. We have done with the plus signs to make it look like a 3D parallax effect. And then select the camera control null object layer, and then let's go to the keyframe and take the playhead to exactly 5 seconds and take the keyframe to 5 seconds exactly, and then press M on the keyboard, and then we take this, we trim the timeline to about 5 seconds exactly, trim the comp to the work area, right click and trim the comp to the work area. Now we got the timeline to about 5 seconds exactly. Select the keyframes, go to the graph editor, select the handles and take the graph to about 20 frames like this in order to create a curve like this, and grab hold of the left handle and take it far corner of the left side. The graph should look like this, and let's play and see how our animation looks like. Here we go, friends. Close the graph editor, again come back to our main comp. Here we go, friends. Let's play the parallax 3D slideshow effect. So far so good. And let's go to text and then type in our text here. Take the text layer above our camera control, enter the text as parallax 3D slideshow. Enter the text as parallax slideshow, and then let's make it 3D. Here I have created another new comp and width taken as 2000 and height as 2000, and then I created another solid layer. Here I couldn't show you the creation of the new comp and the new solid layer. And then go to shapes tool and double click on the ellipse tool, and then type in as Vegas in effects and presets column, and take the Vegas to our black solid and change our blend option to none. Change the stroke image contours to mask path, and then click on this icon here, and you see this kind of a shape here. And you can also change the color of our shape to white, change the hardness to 1 and opacity to 1, midpoint to 1 again, and then drag it to just like that to resize to reduce the size of the circle. Our midpoint opacity to 0, the segments to around 50, and then the length of the segment is around 0,50. I mean, we need to play around like this, create a circle like this, and then press R for rotation. Press Alt and click on the rotation to enter the expression of the rotation. Let's type in like time star 7. Now let's see what's going to happen now. Probably I need to give the small letters here. Now we can see the circle rotation. Now take the comp that we have created and drag it onto the camera control, and then go to the circle comp again, and then click on the toggle transparent grid and go to FX and controls, go to Vegas and change the blend mode to transparent. Here we go, friends. Let us see our animation here. We need to rotate the circle like this. What I can do is I can realign the text here, friends. I can duplicate the text here and take the other one, parallax 2, and then rename it to parallax slideshow, just like that. And now let's make our circle come to 3D. Here we see our circle now, and then select this rotation tool. Change it like this to create a circle, create a 3D effect. You can take this and resize it. Let's go a little further. Let's adjust this circle, our frame, like this, and I think keep it a little down, and again make this duplicate. I call it circle 2, and then what we do is we select the second one, take it to little higher. I can take the second one also towards little bit right side and increase the size of the circle. We have to change the opacity of our circle to 50%. I think we need to go here. We already decreased the opacity to 50%, and we go to plus sign and decrease the opacity to around 50% here. Then we can see the parallax effect created already. And what we can do is we go to plus sign and then go to rotation and take it to 45 degrees to create X kind of a shape here. Let's go to main comp again. We can see the plus signs change to X signs now. Then go to plus sign again, and then go to opacity. Press O, press T for opacity, and then press Alt and click on the stopwatch of the opacity, and then right wiggle expression, wiggle open, and 5,35, and close the expression to create flicker kind of effect on the plus sign or X sign. Go to plus sign again, and then press R for rotation, and then create a keyframe here and rotate our plus to around 35, and then go to around 2 seconds and type it, type it 45 degrees, and then go to 5 frames, 5 or 4 frames, and again type 35 degrees, and again go to 6 frames and type 45 degrees, again go to 8 frames and type 35 degrees, again go to 10 frames and type 45 degrees. Now select all the keyframes, press F9 to ease them. Now we see the animation. You can see the plus signs moving a little bit. We have created the parallax slideshow in After Effects and change the images randomly. Now I'll show you how to change the images randomly in the same parallax and create the transition also in between the image to image. Create a new comp, this time Full HD, and name it to Comp 1 and click OK. And then create a new solid, black, and then click OK. And then create a new solid again, this time white, click OK. Go to ellipse tool and double click on it. Select the mask and change the blend from add to subtract. Press F for feather and then change the feather from 0 to 330 or so. Here I take as 335 is better, I think so. And then we go to main comp again and go to the project panel and take the comp 1 on top of all the layers. Now what we have to do is we hide this layer and go to new adjustment layer and go to effects, blur sharpen and camera lens blur. Change the blur radius to 15. Layer from none to comp 1. Here we see the vignette effect, blurring the edges here. Friends, we have created the parallax effect. You can see the parallax here, but I want to add more depth to this parallax by adding a light leaks effect. Let us add a light leak effect to look more beautiful. Let's add a light leak here into our project. Let's take it into the project main comp. We need to change the blend mode from normal to screen. Then reduce the opacity. It's better we take 30. Control A to select all the layers and go to layer and pre-compose them and call it image 1 and move all attributes into the new composition and click OK. And then create a new solid layer and color is black and click OK, and you can change the image track matte to alpha track matte solid 4. Now friends, select the solid layer and make it a little larger, drag it like this, and then take the playhead a few seconds later. Let's keep our playhead to 3 seconds here, and then click on the rotation tool and slightly rotate our frame like this. Probably we need to make our frame make our solid frame little bigger, and create a keyframe by clicking on the stopwatch here, and then take the playhead to around 4 seconds. Take the solid layer to our frame, just like so. Easy is the keyframes by pressing F9. You can see the slide moving upwards. Select the layers by pressing Ctrl A, pre-compose them and move all the attributes to pre-compose. A new composition. Rename it to a final image 01. And then what we do now is we duplicate the final image 1 here and rename it to 02. Final image 2. It should come down here. Okay, now we have duplicated the first image and the second image, final image 1 and final image 2, and we have created somewhat sliding effect like this by creating the keyframes in between third and fourth second. Now let us change over the image slideshow like this. You see friends, and totally I'll play for you.